T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now we're about to review Transformers Studio Series Dark of the Moon, Voyager Class, Sentinel Prime. Sentinel Prime is number 61, as you can see right there. He comes with the Chicago battle backdrop. His packaging looks like this, that, this, and this. Much like other Studio Series figures, look at his eyes. I haven't even zoomed in on the face. They just look so awesome. I don't know how the paint looks so good on the Studio Series. But here's what he's working with. One thing that was bugging me when I first opened it, I guess it's the design of the character because he's supposed to be an old man. I have his crotch thrusted forward to give him a straighter body. But when you actually lean the crotch in, he does have a hunched over design. Like, I don't know if you can really see it in the video, but up here, his chest like arches forward. Looking in the video, I can't really see it. But trust me, it's there. And looking at the promotional images, I believe that's accurate. I can't really do anything to change it. It's not bad looking anyway. Before we get too crazy far, let's look at the face. Looking at him in toy form, I can tell that they're pulling from different stuff. The helmet looks like Optimus Prime's helmet, as you can see the spikes on the head. Then he has this like crest on the forehead, like people like Prowl and whatnot always have. He kind of reminds me of Alpha Trion mixed with Optimus Prime. And I think that's the vibe they wanted you to get with him. The Alpha Trion vibe with the cape that he has and everything. And the fact that he's an old man with a beard and all that. Things I like in particular, I like the paint, the red paint, especially the fully painted feet. It looks metallic even though it's not. But mostly he's just red, black, and gunmetal. In truck mode, you see more white and all that junk. But they try to go out of their way so you don't see any real truck bits. The only real truck bits in robot mode is the wheels under here and the backpack that opens up. And like this thing right here, that's hanging off his butt. Doesn't bug me because you don't really see it from the front. So that's good. They did a good job with that. He does have a slight waist joint. It's not crazy good, but it's there. I'm going to get back to the waist. Here is his weapon right here, which is actually two pieces of his truck mode. You have to put them together like this. But of course, since the hands don't open, you got to slide them through both hands. But let's get into the articulation. One thing nitpick that I have is the neck. He is capable of turning, but since the post isn't tall enough, he can't really rotate it all the way. They've been having that problem with all the Optimuses. It's great that they have the sculpting of the neck down in there, but I wished he had more range on the ball joint. Arm swivels like this, goes out like that, bicep swivel or above the elbow swivel. Elbow bends more than 90 degrees. Wrist rotates. Legs go out to there, and they have like this filler right here for when a leg is slightly out. That's cool. Can kick up more than 90 degrees. Can kick back a lot if you move this out of the way. No thigh rotation, and this thing right here, it stays out until you put the leg out like this, but then the pin is so stiff it tries to go back, so that's cool. He does have rotation above the knee, even though he doesn't have thigh rotation. He bends 90 degrees and nothing in the feet besides this right here. I kind of wish, well, I do wish that Studio Series, all of them had ankle pivot. Not every figure does have it, and that inconsistency is frustrating. Here he is, Optimus Prime right here. As you can see, they're pretty much the same exact height. Here is the dude that he brutally murdered. Iron Eye right there. And here is Dark of the Moon Megatron, who is slightly bigger. I couldn't tell in the movie, especially since he had no problem handling Megatron, but Megatron was like in a weakened state in that movie. Now, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a weapon in some type of way. It's not in the instructions, but this little piece of his truck water cannon was not attached. So, but I don't see any like grips or anything. So maybe they just couldn't put it on while it's in the packaging. One cool feature that's part of the transformation, you can still open his chest up, and this is double layered plastic, as you can see details back there. Then he has this secondary layer. So the quality of this figure, all the joints are tight. That's good. And the plastic feels better than I recall Studio Series plastic feeling. Like, I guess this one isn't too bad, but he has a problem with things staying where I want them to be. Now, what I wanted to complain about, this connection right here with the top of his torso to his bottom part of his body is not a tight connection. And it's on a series of hinges. It seems like if you move this, it bumps into the wheels on the side and it constantly wants to come out, which is frustrating. But as a result of that happening, though, like if this was like on a ratchet system, it probably would have locked into place. But as I was going to say, as a result of that not being together, you can give him an ab crunch and he will stay in the pose, which is cool. And you can give him more of a rotation. That's how I did my current thumbnail. I don't know if that's going to stay the thumbnail by the end of this video, but you can rotate him more with an ab crunch. So you can utilize that for poses. Playing with him, it's not so much fun, but being able to utilize that for posing is cool. Before we get the transformation, I wanted to definitely make sure everything is clear and in focus. But there you are. All right, so end of the day, I really like his robot mode, except that frustrating bit right there. And I can't really complain. You heard my nitpicks, but he's mostly good. So there you are with that. All right, transformation. These come down and he has holes right there. They plug into that right there. Arms can come forward like this. And I believe they stay like that for now. Okay, might as well. I'm gonna move that out of the way and plug this together. This is the hardest area to get that plugged. We can just leave this like this for now. Go ahead and unpeg this part of his chest, unpeg that, bring this out, bring that out, and bring the head down like this. Now we can detach this. It's pegged right here into there. And don't worry, I'm going to do the transformation in both directions. Now we can move this out, move that out, and go ahead and lift this up into this orientation. Now while we're here, might as well rotate that around and get it like this. The arms, make sure this is coming up like that. The arms can come up under here. There is a peg right there that needs to come up under this, and a peg on this that goes into there. So get that like that. Bring this over, and there's a little tab that goes into the arm right here. And of course you do the same stuff with the peg system over there. That's another thing I like. This thing pegs together great. The hands wrap around two pegs that are now covered. But yeah, there you are. Get it like that. Get this out, get that out. We might as well lift these up. And these are just pegged in, they're not pinned in, they can come off. There's a little peg tab right there that goes into slots on both sides. You need to get that in first on both sides. Once you do that, this one on top can come down and cover that like that. Legs, tiny taste involved, but these things on the side, they need to come out like that. Get it down. You can rotate this up, and then basically this needs to rotate on the ball joint and meet it like that. I was doing this without the instructions the first time, and this part seemed way more complicated than it was, but it is not all that complicated. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Pull this out like that. Now this is the hinge I'm moving to bring that out of the way. Right here, we're gonna lift that up, and then basically this just comes up to meet that. You're probably gonna have to readjust it, but anywho, separate the shin from this part of the leg, and basically this rotates completely around until the wheels are on the outside. Roll it completely around, and now the feet need to turn in like this. There's a peg. Where's the peg? The peg is here. It was on the back of here when he was in robot mode, but it can peg into the leg, and the foot sits down into that cavity right there. Bring this down, sit into that cavity. Now we bring the legs together, and this tabs right here, and this tabs together right there. Okay, now we need to bring, you can shove these in if they didn't do it by themselves. And now these pegs needs to go up into the top of the truck. Try one side at a time, because since these panels move, they will get out of whack sometimes, but get into there. Tight fit. And did I scrape up his foot somehow? Oh man. What the heck? How did I even do that? But, oh boy. Once things are in this orientation, this hose can get plugged in. And now we need to take the blade weapon, separate it. This spins right here on the hinge. I was shocked to see this, because typically the weapons are flimsy and only have one part with Studio Series. But these have two tabs. Basically line up the white stripe and try to slide it up into there. Line up the white stripe. And get that up into there. And now he is a frickin' military grade fire truck. Which the name of this thing is on the box. What is he called? It's a Rosenbauer firefighting technology. But he rolls good. All the wheels roll, which is always nice. Let's let you see the details. Transparent window. This is my first time realizing, because I was in a darker room, that you can kind of see the head a little bit, but I'm happy they tinted the windows. This was there the whole time. There's no function or feature in that. This can lift up. That's a feature. You can go all the way back there if you want. I guess, is this a 5mm port? Let me find out. Yep, 5mm port, so you can put a gun there. You know what, one thing that I didn't even notice until I was talking to Nate Simmons, and he was mentioning the shield, the leader class version of this guy came with. And yeah, other than this thing, can lift this up and down. I don't know if they act as hoses or whatever. I'm not sure what they do. Keeping things 100% 100 with y'all, I do not feel like transforming those Voyager class people that I compared them to. But here's Bumblebee, so you can see that. No, none of this stuff is in scale in robot mode. I mean in vehicle mode, but they are in scale in robot mode like you always see. And this is Earthrise Optimus right there, who is too big, just like Bumblebee is too big. So yeah, truck mode good. Has a few panels here or there, or panel lines, but what you're gonna do, it fits together nice and tight. All the wheels roll. Can't complain with it. And I don't know how I scraped up this freaking foot, but that's gonna bug the crap out of me. Reverse transformation. The review is essentially over. Well, I won't be mad if you leave at this point. But basically, bring that out. Put this like this. Grab up in here, maybe get a spudger or something. If you don't have fingernails, bring that down. Put that like that. You can put these off to the side. Detach this. And now, basically, the easiest way that I found to do this is to kind of split that. And you need to basically get this from being attached to there. Stop this from being attached to there. Now I'm going to just start with the legs. We can lift the shin up off of there, bend at the knee right here. Go ahead and close that and rotate this around. Oh man, this is not pinned in, as you can see. And I don't even know how I did that. Well, I was grabbing right here. Just rotate that around. And now we can bring the foot up like this and peg that into there. Now we bend here and rotate this and tab the tab right here into the side of his leg. It stays nice and secure. Separate this, bending at the knee. Bend the foot forward. Shut this. Rotate the leg around. Shut this and put the peg into here. Bend this and rotate on the ball joint there until we can get the peg into the side of the leg. All right, now the lower half of his body is done. Now this is going to be tough because do that and this, we need to get this off of the top. But since we can't really grab that, I'm going to do it different than I did to truck mode. Pull these apart and unpeg the arms. Get them out into this orientation. Bend the double hinge all the way out. Separate this. Bend the double hinge all the way out. Bend this down. Now we can rotate this and separate his cape. Now you should be able to grab at that better, which will detach that and unpeg this from the front. Bring that down, and while everything is dangling, you can go ahead and rotate him. Shut this and shut that. Lift the head up. It needs to be all the way up so we can close these two panels right there. And now we can shut this panel. Shut this panel over there. Shut that panel. Peg it into the side of his body and plug that in. Now basically we need to accordion this hinge down into that cavity, and it's kind of hard to grab, but that's together. You might be able to see that arch I was talking about in the beginning of this video. Bring this down, get the arms up, bring the shoulder pad up, get the shoulder pad up. Plugging this in is very difficult, but basically just shove, and if you're not careful, his upper body is on a mushroom peg. You could pull his whole upper body off. Don't worry, it will go back on. they design these things to be able to fall apart and come back together. But anyway, these things on the side of his hips need to come out. On this leg, it's stiff and will come out, but if it doesn't, there is a little grabbing point where you can grab that on both sides. Get that out. To finish him off, we can take his bleed weapon, plug one section into the bottom of his fist, and this one to the top. Keep shoving them together till it's all the way in his hand and connected. Anywho, he's done. He's back up into a robot. And rewatch this if you need to hear how I feel about him. Anywho, thank y'all for watching this. If it's available on Amazon, I'll have a link in the description. I don't think he is. Not right now. If he is, he's not going to be available for a good price, but keep checking the description for a link. Every purchase you make helps out my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.